All right. Let me share the screen and get into this. If you put your hand up in the middle, it's on the bottom of the screen. Put your hand up if you want to ask questions or want to be promoted to the panels. Okay. Just get to this here. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, welcome to the free mini cell contract reading webinar. This is about uncovering the truth of your life, of how your life is really meant to work. I'm Nicholas David Mann of the Centre for Consciousness Institute. So I started doing this because people wanted to know a bit more about their charts. That's what this is for. So I'd like to find out why you guys are here. So you can either talk to me, which would be great, or you can put it in the chat and I can sort of read it out. So, well, I think, Sherry, do you want to start? Let's say we see you're brave enough to show. So say where you are. Say where you are. Name and what brought you here, and what you'd like from us. Because what I want to do is find out what you guys need. Then I can adjust this webinar based upon that. Okay. Hi, Maxine. Okay.
Hello. My name is Charity Burke. I guess I bought your book about a year ago, and I have downloaded my free charts.
Yeah, put the chart there.
Here, both the mission alignment and the soul contract reading analysis. I also purchased your book, and I made a lot of notes.
Yeah.
Like a ton of notes. Like I've got notes everywhere in here.
Yeah.
And I think navigating the book was a bit difficult, just trying to put it all together, right? So I found the symbols, I found the correlating numbers and the duplicates and all those kinds of things. And I was hoping that it would come to some sort of like a conclusion, right? Overall summary of what all of these numbers and symbols mean. And I think that's just where I'm at right now.
Okay. We'll see what we can do, Charity. So where are you located?
I'm in Central Florida.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's the book was a means of trying to get the information out there so you guys will work out why you were here on this in a way that was cost effective. It was sort of like the light worker's guide to, okay, what do I do now? I've arrived on Earth, now what? So this is what this was about, how to get onto your mission through a process of discovery, working through the book. What you're asking for there, Sherry, you really need a subcontract reading practitioner who's trained in the work to actually summarize it all for you, which is obviously not possible with a book, simply because there's so many different ways people express themselves here. I'll see what we can do today.
Okay.
All right. Welcome, Maxine. If you're in the attendee room, so if you want to, it's pretty optional. If you want to join me and Charity in the panelist room, then you can switch the video on, only if you want to. I can get to meet you guys. So the little pop-up can be if you want to. Does anyone else want to say hi and just say why they're here, just so I get a feel for you guys? If you do, just put your hand up. It's the trunk hand up there, raise hand at the bottom. Okay, Cynthia.
Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't figure out how to get the chat, so must be doing something wrong. I'll figure it out.
Well, the thing is that you need to come to the main room to be able to use all that sort of stuff. You see, are you up for that? Because you're in
Say that again.
You need to come to the main panelist room where Charity and I are.
Oh, okay, panelist. Okay.
So just say yes to being a panelist there. A little
Okay,
pop-up comes.
there it is.
Then you better use the chat and that sort of thing. It's just the way Zoom is set up on webinars.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So Charity, if you can keep your video on, it would be good as well, because it's difficult talking to the great void. Like if I can see you guys, it's more like being in the room with somebody. It's easier to connect. Hi, Cynthia. Thanks for switching on.
I took a class from someone in Arizona. She just did an overview on it, but I read your book.
Yeah, was it
Uh,
Galliano, was it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So I thought I would just take class to hear what you have to say.
Okay. All right. Is there anything particular you'd like to know or intention you have? It gives me a feel for what you need.
Yeah, I've got 3 7s-7s in my chart, and I'm not quite sure what that means when you have multiples of the same numbers.
It means you're really trying to hide away, but you overcome it by showing yourself. So you're doing good. You're doing really good. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll see what we can do with that. All right. Okay. Anyone else in the tenure room? Do you want to sort of say why you're here or put it in the chat? And I can relay it to say get a feel for what you guys need. It's all about what you need, you guys need really. Put your hand up if you want to. No, that's okay. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the subcontractor for that. So Cynthia, have you read the book or have you just been to Galliano's workshop and hang out there?
No, I got the book and we went through the book, but it was confusing at times. Then I got another book, and that was even more confusing to go through.
Okay. All right. We'll see if we can alleviate the confusion today. So
Okay.
see what we can do. So let's go to the presentation here. So I've got multiple things here. So we know why you guys are here. And because some people will be seeing this work for the first time on YouTube, I'm going to give a brief explanation of what it's about. Okay. So feel free to ask questions at any time. Just put your hands up or wave at me, Charity and Cynthia. The other guys can just put your hands up and switch your mic on. Or put it in a chat if you want. I'll see it all. So what is the cell contract reading? I'm going to give a short explanation. So it's an accurate, in-depth channel system of spiritual interpretation that will empower you to decode the spiritual map of your life so you can manifest your soul purpose. Basically, find out why you're here and what you're here to do. So, the next one. And it does this by decoding the secrets of the blueprint of your name hidden within your birth name. This is the blueprint of your life hidden within your birth name. The sound is creative, and your soul chose a particular set of vibrations so you could have the optimal experience this lifetime and the creation of you, the conscious personality, the expression of the self. So this is sort of a formal that we had, but this is about, do you feel there's something very important you're here to do in this life? Does it feel like it's been hidden from you and you've been seeking it for your entire life? And are you feeling that you just can't quite get to what it is? Does it feel like there's always one challenge after another blocking you, turning it into a living reality? Does that sound familiar, guys? A lot of stuff happening. Progress seems slow. So the way we work out how to the sounds meaning what's really going on is this. We take the sound of your name and we decode it on the Star of David symbol. And the symbol basically has some major elements to consider here. And they are the large downward pointing triangle here, which represents the physical side of life, because we're each a brand new personality expression of the soul in each lifetime, and we have a different one each time. So this is where you learn to walk and talk. It's the first 5 cycles of 7 years. It's 35 years or less. You learn to walk and talk, get conditional responses, get up and running in life, education, careers, relationships, get established. And between the ages of 35 and 42, the upward pointing triangle starts to activate more. It's running at the same time, but it becomes more predominant. This is a spiritual triangle. This is where we wake up and we think, oh, this life that I thought was pretty good is changing. I'm not so satisfied now. I want to actually, there's something more important I'm here to do. So we look at our job, our relationships, and where we're living. Everything starts to change. This is a spiritual awakening between 35 and 42 or younger. Okay, so often people leave their jobs, leave relationships. They go in search of something more important. In conventional terms, this is called the midlife crisis, but it's more spiritual awakening for lot workers like us. Okay. And so this transition is where we get on with the spiritual mission. And the soul's hoping that we're going to build, the spiritual triangle is going to build upon the physical triangle underneath it. So there's three aspects in each triangle. There's physical karma in this physical triangle. So this is a set of unresolved past life issues the soul brings in to create the negative context of our life, our karma, all the stuff we don't like. Okay. All the challenging stuff. And the idea here is that it creates this challenge and it wants us to engage with the challenge to overcome it. And our human egos are usually, we're a bit shy of actually dealing with this sort of stuff. So we tend to turn away. So we get stuck and the same pattern keeps repeating all the time. But if you have the appropriate physical talents, this activates to overcome the challenge. And we start to transmute it by bringing consciousness to the negative context. And gradually we transmute it if it's a good match here, and it turns into our gift of service. In this case, probably the physical gift of service. And then as the talents get stronger from overcoming the physical karma, that moves towards our physical goals. That's what gets us out of bed in the morning. And my physical goal is an 8-8, just to connect with people. That's why I love doing these webinars. So what happens is that the energy flows from physical karma to physical talents to physical goals. And from spiritual karma to spiritual talents to spiritual goals, but with a more spiritual orientation here. So the spiritual karma is, how do we overcome the disconnect from higher consciousness to bring through our spiritual gifts? Okay, bring them into the world. So the idea of the soul-contract reading work is to consciously work on all the 6 outer aspects. It's time, it's percentage complete. Most humans sort of do this. They get a little bit done each lifetime and they come back and do it again. How many of you guys want to do this again? You are keen to do this again? You want to get it all done? Yeah. So if you follow the soul contract, what happens is that you go a lot quicker and you know what's going on. So it means you make more progress through each of the 6 outer aspects. And then what this does is that starts to manifest different layers of the soul destiny or life purpose. Okay? So you get an initial layer revealing itself when you're younger, clear on what you're here to do. And as you make further progression here, deeper layers of the soul destiny start to turn up. And they only turn up when you're ready to hear them and put them into action. Okay, so that's the essence of how it works. And the idea is to complete all these if you can. It's very rare to do that, but if you have this work, you make much more progress than if you didn't have it. So let's see what's in action here. So who would like a taster reading? Who would like some clarity on their chart? And show people how it works. Charity, would you like that summary of what's really going on? On the bottom left.
Yes, that would be helpful.
You like that answer?
How would we do that?
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull up the soul contract software here.
I was trying to find the PDF of mine.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can generate your chart here. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
So what I need you to do is in the chat, So you guys who are watching, if you want me to look at your chart, got a tough time, just put your birth certificate name in the chat, okay? Don't put your birthday, okay? Because this for data protection purposes. You just type your name in there, okay? So is that the birth certificate name, Charity? Charity?
Do you need the the middle name as well?
I need the full name, including the middle name, if you got any, okay?
Oh, that's right. It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah. Good. What we're doing here is that we are working with subcontractreader.com, our online software. Okay. You can get four free charts here. So I'm going to copy Charity's name here. So what we do is we go new, and you put your current name here. So we've got a file and name, a user ID for it. Okay. And put your birth certificate name here. I'll copy this ID down. We won't put your birthday in because of data protection, but we can put your star sign in if you want. What's your star sign, Charity?
I'm a Leo.
Okay. Okay. And you're okay for us to do this. You are, because you've turned up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put the data consent in here. Right. And set the chart set. It's normally karma, talents, and goals, and we go okay. All right. I'm going to show you how we generate this chart. So the chart, and there's the chart just like that. Saves a lot of time going through the book. Okay. All right. So the way this works is like this. I'll demonstrate. So I'm going to demonstrate on your name, Charity. Then we can do yours, Cynthia, next. If you want.
They match.
Yeah, it should match. It should match. We have the software because doing it by hand from the book, it's easy to make a mistake. So we developed this software to make it look like a.
I'm sorry to stop you, David. So the birth date has nothing to do with it. It really is just the name.
The birth date is to get your age and star sign, and to know how many cycles of 7 you've been through. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But if you could share your age, that would help, because then I can see where you are in the process here. I just didn't want to show.
I'm 39.
Okay. All right. So you are between 35 and 42. You're in the period of change. Has your life been turned upside down? You're looking at or going through a lot of change?
Absolutely, yes. If I guess I could share with the group that my husband, he passed in May of brain cancer.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the chart here too. I can see that. It's the 11-2 there. Okay. So welcome, Tiffany. Tiffany, yes. Okay. If you want to join us in the main room, Tiffany, in the attendee room, just click on. It's not allowing me to do it now. Okay, just hang out there. Yeah, it's in here too. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. So what we've done is that the software has converted your name into Hebrew sounds. We use 22 Hebrew sounds here. You can see like SH, shin, which is the SH there. A as a lef, R as a lesh, I as yud, etc. And each Hebrew sound has a letter or letters, one sound, and a number associated with it. Okay, so numbers and letters are inherent within each other, which is different from conventional numerology, which is why it's so powerful. And these are the 22 sounds of God that were used in the creation of creation. And so those vibrations are in you, Charity. And so they create the subjective reality in each moment. Okay. So literally this frequency sitting in your DNA and in your a substance called karmic matrix, which is like this grey cobweb high-dimensional substance, is in you and its fields, and it's radiating up to the matrix and creating a holographic bubble of subjective experience. Okay, so it's like your manifestation code, really. So we're going to allocate these numbers in the star table to work out what's going on. So we start with a 21, put it here on physical karma, 21, 120, so 21, 120, and 10, 4, 16. 10, 4, 16. So you 6 of them up. We take the next 6 here, and we keep going around. And the next 6, we use them all up. And then what we do is we add up the numbers. So 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. Okay. And then what's happening there is that that becomes the left-hand number here. Right? And then what happens is that we have to work out what's the right-hand number. So we simply go 1 plus 5 equals 6. Comes the right-hand number. So we have 15, we have a 6. So see, physical goals for you, Charity, there's the frequency of a pure 15 and a pure 6, plus every blend in between on this continuum. So there's a whole range of experiences you're going to have in physical goals with this. Okay. In the case of, say, physical karma, the total is 40. And because we only have 22 numbers and 22 interpretations channeled from the soul of Moses, we have to reduce this so it's less than 22. So we go 4 plus 0 is 4. And then we can't add any more to that. So we go 4 plus nothing is another 4. All right. So we go what's called a double number. One frequency of 4 rather than a combination number with a wide range of frequencies. So all your other numbers here are double numbers. So have you felt that your life was very, in some places, very rigid? There's only certain things you could do. In other parts of your life, like where you have more flexibility?
I guess if I'm really being honest, I am extremely organized. I like to control a lot of different things. And so maybe I do limit myself in that capacity. I am not spontaneous at all. So I guess if you're asking me, if there's only certain things I can do, that and David, like, I've never felt like I was a smart person. I struggled in school, so maybe those are limiting beliefs as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's all in here. So this is you being very organized. This is your need to stay in control because of wounds which have happened as a kid. Okay. And actually, you are a very smart person. You take time to assimilate new things. Okay, you learn in a different way. Okay. All right. So what we do to figure out the soul destiny, we just pointed out there, is we take these physical numbers, we put them on the top half of this table. Spiritual numbers on the bottom half. And we add up the columns to get a 47 and a 38. So we have to reduce the 47 to the first number between 1 and 22. So 4 plus 7 is 11. 3 plus 8 equals 11, but it has to be a single digit number here. So you go 1 plus 1 is 2. So we get an 11, 2, the soul destiny. So that goes in the middle again. Okay. And then all of these channeled symbols, Frank Alpamaster, you channel these through, they all have a meaning. Okay, so that can, so what it's doing is it's like a window to your soul, Shadi. So it's your soul talking to me. Right? Just gonna have a little sip of water here. So what's the main question you've got about your life? Then I'll give a brief reading on the list to pull it all together to give you the summary you're looking for.
I am plagued by that glass ceiling. I really feel like you hit the nail on the head as I really have limited myself. And how do I go beyond that?
So is this in life personally or work or both or
Mm,
spiritually? Just give me a bit more data on how you subjectively experience that glass ceiling. I can sort of see what's going on.
definitely not work. I excel there. Um, maybe it is spiritually, and I didn't give it a lot of thought before I joined this Zoom call. I thought maybe the question would reveal itself. To be honest, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just I'm here, and I need help.
Existentially and Earth in general? Is that what you're asking? The big question: why are you here?
It,
So
maybe that's what it is, and I'm not necessarily grasping at straws, but I'm really just trying to. There has there has to be a reason why I'm here this time around, or I know this can't be it. I may get another chance at it, and I don't want to screw it up. Um,
okay, yeah, all right, we can answer that.
okay.
So in physical karma, you've got a 4. So when you were younger, did you find did you have a challenge to trust in the flow of life? Things will
I
come
would
to you.
I would say that, yes.
Yeah. So the 4 here is about learning to become worthy to receive the flow of God's abundance. Okay, this could be money, could be children, it could be just abundance in general. The idea is that one of these little elements comes to you, and you need to learn to duplicate it and expand it. Please. So you're trusting this flow of abundance will come to you to create a continuous flow like that. So it basically means that you've got to take leaps of faith in life. Do you get times where you know you have to take a leap of faith and you're not sure it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out is to have a go. When you take that leap of faith, the universe is there, or the hand of God is there to support you. You have those moments. You get to jump off the cliff and grow wings on the way down, and you suddenly discover, actually, I'm flying. Someone's helping me, and I'm making it. But I had to take the leap first.
Not so much recently, no.
Yeah. How about it? How about how about in the past?
I guess in my younger years, yes. I always felt like things were going to work out for me. Like I had these, special stepping stones that were already laid out for me, right? Which, um, it's weird, David, because I see the number 22 all the time, and that's always like a reassurance that I'm on the right path. Does that make sense at all?
You mean this one here, the 22 like that?
Always 22. It could be on a clock. It could be I'm at a gas station and the person prior to me pumped $22 worth of gas, or I get $22 in change, or whatever it may be. Um, I don't know if I've answered your question, but I do sometimes feel like, yes, there is the ability to trust the process.
Yeah. Well, 22 is a symbol of source. Okay. It means that source is talking to you. And you see it's 22, especially if it's repeated all the time. Okay. That's what that means. So basically it means the flow of God is with you. That's what it means. Because 22 plus
I
2
hope so.
leads to a 4. Okay.
Okay.
Which is this one. The flow of the universe is with you. If you just trust it and become worthy to receive it. Okay. Right. So in physical talents, you have a 9. This is the bit of you that's really organized. This is dragon energy. It's a very powerful energy. It can do pretty much anything. So do you feel that if you're protected and you can do anything you like, if you really want to, nothing can stop you?
I do if I didn't have certain tendencies.
Yeah. So you're growing this enormously powerful catalytic dragon energy to catalyze change in the world. Okay. And this energy flows into your floors and it helps you trust in the flow. Okay. So this is the most powerful energy in the system. Okay. And then this helps you move towards the physical goals. The physical goals is the 15 steps. And the 15 here is the energy of inner circular movement. There's a circle of God on the outside and a circle of God on the inside. So this is a symbolic energy of the stomach. So you have to feel your way through life to feel what's right for you. This is saying that it takes you time to find out what is the real purpose here. I think that's why you've said that. So you've got to actually go and try things on and see how it feels. You won't be able to figure it out what to do. You have to try it on, see how it feels. And if you feel settled, then you're in the right place. But if you feel insecure or restless, you want to move on to something else. Does that sound familiar?
Absolutely. I recently took a ballroom dancing class, and the instructor told me I was a total feeler. Like,
Yeah.
I could only feel my way through the class. Wasn't great about remembering all the steps, but if it felt right, then I could go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what you got to do. You got to basically test drive different experiences in life to find your place. And so you may do something for a while thinking, oh, I feel I'm not secure about this. I'm going to go and try something else over here that you're drawn to. Try something else, and you might do that for a while, then you go and try something else. So eventually, through trial and error, you're going to find out what your place in your life is. Okay. Most people sort of got an idea, I'm going to be a doctor over here, and they just go and do it, and that's it. I'm going to look after people. Whereas you have to go all over the place like this to get to the right place. And that's okay.
That looks like my life. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's okay. And people may say to you, can't you make your mind up and stick with something? So, no, this is my journey. I need to do this, else I'm never going to get here. Okay. So these guys over here don't understand that. So it's normal. And the 6 here is creativity. This is the power. This is the Taurian energy. So that taking an idea that is resonant to you and focusing on manifesting into physical form. Okay. All right. So it's the power to move forward. Do you have a lot of creative ideas?
I do. I'm very innovative.
Yeah. So it means that you have a ton of creative ideas, and if you try and do them all at once, you get a bit frustrated. Okay, because they pull you in different directions. So you've got to pick one of them that resonates the most, opens your heart the most, focus on that. And so go from here to here. That's the idea. This is the physical manifestation. You stay focused on it. And then you take one step at a time to get there and complete it. Okay, like this. Do you get stuck sometimes?
I think it's something that I've realized early on, well, not early on, but probably in my early 30s, that was something that I struggled with, is that I would start a bunch of things and not finish them. So I have been very aware of starting something and then finishing something.
Yeah. So completion is important.
It is. It really is.
But don't do too many at once, otherwise your energy's all scattered and it'll be very frustrating. So you finish one of these guys, then that feels good. So that the connection to the soul's creativity is opened up. Then the next thing will be easier. So do one thing at a time, or 2 if you have to. Okay. So that's the spiritual, physical part of the chart. And spiritual karma is a 7 here. And 7's got a link which unites. And this is saying you've got a wounded heart from childhood. Is that the case?
I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Okay, so something happened in childhood. It may be to do with the disempowerment of the 9, which still happens in talents. With the inner child, she went off and hid to stay safe. So she's not seen, so she won't get rejected again. And she put out this facade, this public face. So everyone look at this, and that's the means of protecting the inner child. And so there's 2 parts here, the hidden part and the public part. And so the idea is to drop the facade and start to heal the inner child and express the true you. This applies to you as well, Cynthia. to express the true self to the world. So you become one person. Then as the heart opens, you magnetize like-minded people to you. Okay. So you build a
I don't
network
have
of
that
people.
victim mentality at all, though.
Well, you shouldn't have too much of it because you've got talents here. Okay. So it's more a state of being. Okay. I mean, are you indecisive in life on something? Like,
I would say so, yes.
yeah, because you're trying to make a decision. The biggest decision you have to make is, shall I show my real self or not? Show the facade.
Ooh.
There you go. That hit home.
That one hit home, David.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what it's about. Okay. So it's gradually making yourself feel safer to show who you are. Because you're really here to work with groups of people to empower them. Okay. That's what I would say.
Me?
You are, yes. You're here to work with groups of people in some form. Okay. All right. And so it's about building networks personally and professionally. Okay. Can I ask what you do for work? I'm trying to see how this is manifested for you.
I work virtually from home since COVID, but I've built a little small entity within the company that I work for, and I'm very isolated, and that is something that doesn't ring true within myself. But in my younger years before COVID, I was very outgoing. But I've never been a people leader, never worked with groups of people. So that's definitely outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah, it will be with a 7. So the idea is to eventually be able to work with groups of people and facilitate them. It's more a facilitator than a leader. Okay. You're the glue which holds the whole network together. Okay. And the 7 can get isolated because it doesn't feel safe to show itself. Okay. It's safer to be working from home virtually. Okay. The 7s are quite a tricky one to work with. So at least you know what's going on now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in spiritual talents is an 8, which is all about grounding and creating clear emotional boundaries with the world. And this is saying that you're probably quite good at relating to people, all sorts of different types of people.
Very chameleon-like, yes.
Yes, it's the emotional chameleon. You see, you look different to each person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got good people skills here, basically.
I do.
And the 4 here is again about trusting in the flow. Okay, just trusting it all, things will work out, and taking those leaps of faith for the next thing to come to you. It's like you have to take a leap of faith and commit, and then the universe will bring you the flow. So when things come to you, it comes from the symbolic east where the sun rises. It's important to say yes to everything the universe gives you, even if you're not sure what you're going to do with it. But when you say yes, the universe says, she feels worthy of receiving this, we'll give her more. Even when your ego might say, I want to say no to that, I don't feel worthy of that. Just say yes and watch what happens.
I can't say yes to everything. That seems...
No, saying yes to everything that presents itself, even if you're not sure what to do with it. Just work it out later. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Within reason, obviously. We've got to be
Exactly, yes.
sensible.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is that the flow is going to come because you've got 4 of these. So if you work on all these outer aspects here, as we said earlier, you get the soul destiny of 11 too. And the purpose of this life is to take all sorts of concepts and ideas and discern what's true for you and to build your own unique structure of truth. Or build whatever you're building for the company you work for, or what you're building personally, and throw away all the things that don't resonate with you. Okay? So building your own structure of truth, or could be physically building something, building a part of a company. And then the 2 here is learning to have the emotional resiliency to support people in the sharing of the structure. Okay. All right. Are you impulsive, Charity?
Am I impulsive?
Yeah. Have you been impulsive when you're younger?
Yes.
And did it get you in trouble?
Never legally.
What the next best thing?
I experimented quite a bit with drugs and alcohol and bad crowds and
Yeah.
more self harm than any other type of trouble.
Yeah. What's happening is that you're up and down, moving up and down the spring, and you're looking at a situation or a person, and your view of them is changing over time because you're moving on the spring. And if you make a decision based upon when you're moving on the spring, you'll not see the truth of what's going on. You make a foolish decision. It's called foolishness to wisdom. That's the polarity being learned here. Okay. So the idea is to wait till you're at the top of the spring, and when you see the situation consistently, and then if you make a decision, then you make a wise decision. So you're basically learning wisdom through foolish action, because you're here to share. You're here to share wisdom in the world, which is what falls are about, with groups of people to empower them in some form. Okay. And to develop emotional resiliency, which is what this is as well. And this is the energy of life and death. Okay. So this is where you've experienced the passing of your husband. This was a shattering of the old structure of your life, okay, into chaos, so that you can build a new life, okay, out of those pieces. Okay, so your life moves along like this. You move along, there's a shattering of the old structure. Could be, great losses you've been through, or could just be loss of a relationship or situation. So you're moving in steps through life. And the shock of that creates a new you. So your life is about going through different versions. This is version 1 of you, this is version 2, and they can be quite different from each other as you progress. Okay.
Doesn't everybody go through?
Only if you've got one of these. Most people go gradually like this, through like where you go in steps. There's a version 2, version 3. So they're distinctly different people. Okay. That's what's happening here. And it's okay to have the chaos when an old situation shatters. Okay. And be okay in the chaos and allow the new life to form. Okay.
So I'm evolving
You're evolving in steps. Yeah.
in steps.
In steps.
Okay.
That's what's going on.
So I have the harder route.
Well, it is a harder, it can be harder when you have a shattering, yeah. This is the way the system was built this time for growth. Okay. But out of that, new life is born. Okay. So the different versions are born as you progress through life. Okay,
It's hard to hear, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah, this is
It's
one of the
very
harder.
hard to
This is one of the harder numbers to experience. Okay. So overall, you're here to heal your heart. Okay. Catalyze growth in people, catalyze change through direct experience, find out who you are. Okay. Well, trust in the flow of life and relate to all sorts of people, and to regularly rebuild yourself to a new form over time.
over and over and over again.
Yeah. Being reborn.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why you're here. How does that sound?
Challenging.
It is. It is.
Okay.
But it's just what your soul wants to go through. Okay.
Okay. I'm up for the challenge. I am.
Okay.
I already know that I am.
Okay. Good. All right. Well,
Thank you, David.
Thanks for
Yes.
sharing.
Thank you so much. All right, Cynthia, you're up.
Yeah. So
Let's
anyone got anyone got any questions?
dissect
Anyone got any
you.
questions on that before I get to Cynthia?
I'm sorry, David, what'd you say?
Anyone got any questions
Oh,
on that? You can put it in the chat, or you can we'll just switch your microphones on.
So now, is this her birth name?
This
Or
is
is
the
it her
birth.
married name?
No, that's my birth name.
This is the
Okay.
birth name.
Mhm.
So you
All right.
you're giving me your birth name, Cynthia.
Yes.
Okay, so close this. Your turn now. So from here, we stand here. Oops. Oops. Okay. What's your star sign, Cynthia?
I'm a Taurus Gemini. I'm on Gemini 0
All
in
right.
astrology. So I'm both signs. I'm right on the cusp, 21.
Okay. I'll make you a
So
Taurus.
when I did my chart, it came up Taurus/Gemini.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to put your birthday on there. So we'll make you a Taurus. You're a Taurus today. Okay. You okay with that? So, okay. So
Yeah, that's the same chart I got.
that's your chart. It'll look okay. All right. So what's your questions, Cynthia, about your life? You got 6 7s here, so that's telling you you gotta show yourself. You need to show yourself here. But tell me about what's your main question? I've got a gateway to start
Well,
here.
yeah, like you have this 3 7s or 6 7s, um, and they're all in. Well, I don't know. What am I supposed to be doing?
Okay, so you're here in physical karma, this 10-1 is the balance, masculine and feminine aspects of God. You're here to use spiritual energies to serve others.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do? How do you do that at the moment? What are you doing for work, or what are you doing out in the world?
I'm retired. But I worked for a company for 43 years, but I'm into the spirituality stuff. I find it fascinating.
Yeah, yeah. So you're here to here to share. You're here to overcome a disconnect from God consciousness, light
Hmm.
consciousness, and to channel it through you to serve others.
Hmm.
Okay, find the balance, masculine and feminine energies within you. And the one here is dissemination of healing and knowledge into the world. And physical talents are 7. So this is the networker thing we talked about before with charity. You're here to build networks of people. Okay. And you've got one of these 11 twos. You're here to bring structures of spiritual knowledge to networks of people out in the world.
That
Okay.
sounds exciting.
And physical goals, you're here to come into your own power with this 9, but also to, as you come into your power, to empower others with that. Okay.
Okay.
And in spiritual karma, you're here to overcome oppression in childhood. Was your expression suppressed as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're here to overcome that. And the 17th, like a mouth of God, you're here to express yourself out in society, which is the 8. Okay. And build your own truth and support people as you share that truth. And the goal again is to build networks. And the soul destiny overall, the product of all these is to, yeah, reach a lot of people. So how's that going in terms of networks of people personally
Well,
and
it's
professionally?
not going right now, but soon it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you launching a spiritual business, are you?
So, like I am, here, I'm taking care of my mom. So I'm kind of feel like I'm blocked.
Okay. So you can, well, you're looking
I'm
after her,
serving. Yeah.
you're serving her. But
Yeah.
the greater purpose is to be out in the world, showing the real you.
Hmm.
Right? Have you got a lot of friends?
Not right now, no.
Okay. Did you used to have a lot of friends?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's about rebuilding your networks professionally and personally,
Okay.
and coming out in the world as a new you. How long have you been retired, can I ask?
4 years.
Okay. It's quite an adjustment, I think, isn't it?
Uh, it was time. It was time. I was bored of work. It was not enough to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So in parallel, so just build your networks, reach out to people, get out in society, build a new life. 11 is about building a new life as well. And then the 7 will, what'll happen is as you come out in the world and heal your heart, whatever happened with this is the same issues with your father, your master, your issues with him,
say that again?
with your challenges with your father. This is
Yes.
yeah. So this is it when you as you overcome those challenges and heal those, then your heart will start to heal.
Yes.
Okay. And then you'll draw to you all the people, like-minded people who you work with, your team. They'll start to turn up to help you get on with this mission because you can't do, if you're light workers, we're programmed to do this mission by ourselves.
No.
Okay, but you get 15-20% of it done. It's a bit lonely,
Yeah.
isolating. But the idea is to attract your team. Okay, then they will turn up to do the things you're not so good at, but you need, but you're not so good at it. So you can focus on doing the things you love to do. Okay, so be open to the team turning up as you come out in the world because you have a pre-incarnation agreement to actually work together.
Yeah.
And I used to run this business as a an alternative therapist in London, just me. But now I have a team of about 20 people. They all work part-time, doing different things with me, organizing trainings and doing web design and helping on trainings and building software, all sorts of stuff like that. So there's a whole team, and when they turn up, they'll seem very familiar to you. This applies to you as well, Sharon. They'll feel very familiar. Oh, there you are again. I know you. And you'll sort of just get on with it as if you just got together again, but you've been doing it for a long time, which you have. Okay, so look for your team. Okay, everyone has a team, but 7 especially have strong teams. You're going to turn up. So the whole team's going to help you be of service out in society. Okay. Empowering people. That's what you're here to do. And giving your unique structural truth to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Does that help? Understand the 7s?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Any further questions on that?
No, but I'm interested in how when you put your married name in there and how that equates to this chart.
We can do that quickly. Okay. So, yeah. So all the stuff I'm talking about here is from the book Your Soul Contract Decoded. It's to do with birth names, but you can think of the birth chart as like the cake of your life. So what's your full married name, Cynthia?
Cynthia Poth Connors, Conners. So the middle name's Poth.
Yeah.
And then the last name is the ending's ERS, not O. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good on. So that's married. So you can think of your birth name like the cake of your life, and this married name is like a layer of icing on the cake. It helps it grow and change in a different way. It's very good spelling that wrong the first time. So you just run the chart. Okay, we should switch that one off. Let's switch that off. Close that, switch that off. Actually, what we do is edit that. Edit the chart. So can change the chart ID as well. Change the chart on B. Rename chart. So, it's correct. You don't need to see this one, you see this one here. So, getting married, you agree to have a certain set of new energies. You get married. So, this is the cake of your life. It's a layer of icing. What happens is that these frequencies move across to the adjacent numbers in this chart to change them in different ways, positively, negatively, or neutral. So what this married name does is it gives you focus and creativity. It grounds this 10-1. The 11-2 gives structure to your building networks. 16-7 means you can express high-level spiritual concepts in plain English to the man or woman in the street. This power of the 9 in this married name catalyzes you to ground and express. Have you become more expressive since you got married?
Yeah, later. Yeah.
And the 12-3 indicates you may have got busier, trying to squeeze more in. This 12 is about expansion and expression. The 15 is like Charity had. Did you start to try on different things in life to find a better purpose? You're an explorer to go and test drive life as well. Did you start doing that?
Yeah, I got a bunch of hobbies. I'm just trying to figure out which one I like doing.
Yeah, so you got to go and feel it, just like
Yeah.
Charity. So this is what happens. So you contract to marry certain souls and to have different names, all agreed beforehand. So you'll grow. Okay. So this is how it works. So you've got different layers of icing, color icing goes into this main chart, and then it accelerates your growth basically. This is why we have relationships to grow. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else want to help me to have a quick look at the chart? Erica or Tiffany, if you want to. Put your hand up or switch your mic on if you want that. Want to? No? Okay. All right. So let's have a go there. Let's get back to the presentation. Let's find it here. So thanks for sharing, guys, your lives. So I hope everyone got an idea of how the system works. Share your life, yeah. Okay. All right. So for those of you who are watching on the recording and for Erica and Tiffany, I'm going to talk about the meaning of the 22 numbers. So if you generated your chart using, Tiffany, okay, let me, if you, Tiffany, how can I help?
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for
Good.
coming on.
Sorry about that. I'm recovering from shoulder surgery, so I'm slow to the go.
It's okay.
Just kind of keeping myself. So yeah, if we could do a reading, that'd be great.
Okay, so I'm just trying to see if I can do this. It's misbehaved. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a sec. So I'm trying to bring you into the main room if it will let me. Sometimes it locks up a bit here. Okay, if you say yes to being a panelist, then I can connect with you visually as well. Just say yes to that. And you come to the main room. A little pop-up came up. Did you see the box, Tiffany? Oh, there you go. What's up? Okay. Yeah, so if you say yes to starting the video. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you for coming. So
Yeah.
let's have a quick look at your chart. So I'm going to share the screen again. Gotta go to this one here. All right. Getting me. All right. So put you up, give you a name here. So what's your birth name, Tiffany?
Tiffany Jane Tilton, Tilton.
Okay. What's your star sign?
Gemini.
Gemini. Okay.
Yay!
Another one. You're okay with this? You're okay with this? What's the process your data? So focus in here. 1, 2. Okay. There's the chart labels. Each chart. So what's your question about your life, Tiffany? We'll get into that.
Well, I'm past the 42 age, so
All right.
I'm 55 and I'm just kind of wandering, trying to figure out, like I've been in my career for 36 years. I have
Yep.
a lot of hobbies. Um, so I'm just really trying to figure out the end of my life, I guess.
Okay. So what have you been doing in your career, just overall, so I get some idea how this is manifested?
I am in healthcare. I'm a hygienist.
Okay. All right. So this is you here with a 10-1 being of service to others.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what that's about there. But overall, you are here in physical power to link a ground on earth, learn how these dense, messy human emotions work, and come into your body and set clear boundaries with people in society. And you've got a physical talent 9s, which means you have a lot of power to catalyze change. And the 20-2 is about water peace. So have you had a lot of conflict in your life, Tiffany?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, so long-term conflict with people. So the idea here is to find um, internal peace, which leads to external peace. Resolve
Okay.
the internal conflict, and to learn not to be impulsive, to learn to become wise in your decisions.
Okay.
In spiritual karma, you're here to overcome past life persecution for speaking the truth. Okay. All right. So did you find it hard to speak the truth when you were a kid, or did you get told off a lot for speaking the truth?
Yeah. Yeah. I could not. Yeah, could not
Yeah.
I'm
speak the truth.
sorry. I do not mean to interrupt. David, as I'm listening to you talking to Tiffany, and we have the same physical talents, however, her chart is different. So I don't need to make notes or resonate with Tiffany's specific chart, right? Because
Well, you have the
it
same
correlates.
number. The same number will apply, but it may appear in different ways. So
Okay.
if you have the same number as someone else, that what I say about it applies to you as well,
Okay.
to a degree.
Sorry, Tiffany. Apologize.
No,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah. So you will feel resonance with others in the group. So you're probably a witch or wise woman in the past and got persecuted for speaking the truth. And so that's why it's scary to say the truth again, because literally you died last time probably. So your cells go, no way are we going to say anything there. That's a bad idea. Okay. But you're here to
That's fine.
speak the truth and be a pioneer. Okay.
Okay.
So in terms of the rest of your life, got another 5 over here. You need to get involved in cutting edge ideas or methodologies or processes and take it out to the world. Because you came here really to absorb knowledge and share it and communicate it. Some sort of teaching, communication, writing. That's what your real purpose is, to serve others. I think you're
Okay.
being a hygienist to learn about what is it like to be out in society, to ground with everyday people. I think that's just
Yeah.
training for you. I don't think that's the real purpose at all. Okay.
Okay.
Do you read a lot, Tiffany? Absorb a lot of spiritual knowledge?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of the stage I'm in right now is, yeah, trying to expand everything from functional health, spirituality, emotional. I have a bioenergy machine I'm working with.
Yeah. So you're here to communicate that knowledge. Work with individuals, but I'd say probably work with groups of people to communicate and teach with them
Really?
in some
Okay.
form. Yeah, that's there for you if you want it. So is the bioenergy machine pioneering?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that's why you got it. It's got to be cutting edge, or as you get bored. Okay.
Okay.
You know, so keep looking for the cutting edge knowledge and technologies to work with, and that'll keep you out of mischief.
Yeah.
Always got to be something new. You see,
Interesting. Okay.
it's got to be the latest thing.
That's
And
that's why I'm here as well.
yeah, you're an explorer. So the 20s is about
Uh-huh.
great movement. You've got to keep exploring life out in the physical world. Okay, and that's how you find
Sometimes
it.
that's what I kind of feel like. I have a lot of avenues I keep exploring, and I need to I feel like I need to settle more on one thing and stick with it.
Could do, but I think you're going to be a restless soul. You're going to keep looking for stuff.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's going to happen here. You're not going to fully retire either. You're going to always be looking for something to do.
I am. Yes,
Okay, that's the way it works.
exactly. Okay, very good.
Hope that helped. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm anxious to dive in a little deeper. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Erica, do you want to have a go, or we'll move on?
Nope, we're good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm talking to Erica on the other end. Continue, only if you want to, but it's there. You've still got a bit of time. No, you're okay? All right. We'll keep going then. All right. So, here's my presentation. So for those who are going to watch later, I'm going to talk about what the 22 numbers mean. Okay. So if you generated your chart with the softcontractreader.com software, you'll then be able to work out what it means. So here we go. I'll go through the numbers. So the one here is about, this is from the subcontract level 1 training manual. Unity, power, and stability, that's the gifts and talents. If some karma or goals, either physical or spiritual, willing to overcome the misuse of power and the avoidance of spiritual growth. Okay, so you need spiritual disciplines to do that. Do you have a 2 here? This is about emotional resiliency and objectivity. If it's in karma or goals, it's lack of resiliency. Okay, and exploring wisdom and foolishness. It's all about learning, using balance in life. Go to 3, this is the internal canal. Great soul knowledge is still on the inside, it's about communication. If it's in karma or goals, there's a big plug of unworthiness in here to be removed to access the soul knowledge inside to communicate about. It's got to come out of the community like that. If you have a 4 here, this is all about duplication and sharing or flow. Okay, now that's in karma or goals, the lack of trust in the flow. The way to work through that is about sharing of the self, especially children, and to break that flow. 5 is the very psychic, intuitive energy. It's all about pure truth.
David, I'm sorry. Can we back up to 4?
Yeah.
So you say share with other, e.g. kids. So either you're sharing stories with kids or you're having kids, or what does that mean?
It's about if you're a parent, it's about sharing yourself. Have you got kids, Charity?
I do not know.
Yeah. So it's sharing with children, your own children or other children, your time and energy and love. Okay. Or having ultimate flow of nature as children as well. And learning that the more you share of yourself, the more will come to you.
I find that when I am around children, I am more myself than ever.
Yeah, because you want to share your
Yes.
love and knowledge with them. That's what you're trying to be with. Okay. All right. So 5 here in karma goals is the fear of speaking the truth or misuse of the voice. Okay, so learning to speak the truth is key. 6 is this convertible knot. And this is all about creativity and focus and talents. If it's in karma goals, it's a lack of focus. It's been blocked creativity, it's been very scattered. Okay. 7 is about opening the heart and feeling from the heart what is the right action to take. If it's in karma goals, it's about being in dreamland, not being able to make a decision to show your real self, indecision, control, hiding away. Not being able to pick which pizza out of the 50 on the menu to eat. Okay. 8 here is like an amoeba, it's about a very grounded energy, connecting with people with clear boundaries. What's in karma goals? It's about being very ungrounded, avoiding connection, having unclear boundaries. 9 is the powerful catalytic dragon energy. Okay. If it's in talents, if it's in karma or goals, it's a resistance to the power, feeling like a victim, no boundaries. So being a suppressed dragon. Okay, not trusting spirit. The 10, this symbol here is a symbol of Potential manifestations, the spirit in action, manifestation of God in service to others. Okay, in talents, it's in karma goals, it's in denial of God by the ego, in spirituality, misuse of spiritual power in the past. The 11 here is the structure and assimilation of knowledge and ideas into a unique structure. If it's in talents, if it's in karma goals, it's lack of structure. Okay, being lost, death to life experiences, especially. 12 is a symbol of expansion, absorption of knowledge and expanding it. It's a symbol of great love. In talents, if it's in karma goals, it's learning balanced expansion, because what happens is it expands in an imbalanced way. It might go too much over this way, not enough this way, and it will hit obstacles. Okay, so it's about expanding at a slower pace. 13 is like the opposite. 13 is the divine feminine aspect of God. It's about unconditional love for all things. In talents, if it's in karma goals, there's a heart blockage to love. It can be self-indulgence, neglecting the needs of others. 14 is reflection and intensity in relationships. It's a multidimensional mirror to reflect to others who they are, so they can learn about themselves, and also to receive it back the other way. If it's in karma goals, it's about learning self-acceptance through relationships, using other people, being stubborn. 15, getting the God within. I've had that a few times tonight. Okay, it's the ability to do it if you have talents, and if it's in karma goals, it's feeling insecure, go around in circles, trying lots of different things out of that. 16 is about bringing spiritual concepts down to the earth plane, expressing them in plain English to a man or woman in the street. In talents, if it's in karma goals, it's that there's a blockage. They don't want to accept the spirituality, so they can get very angry with it. 17 is like a symbolic mouth. It's expression in society of God's word. And if it's in karma goals, it's suppression of this expression, inability to relate. So this system covers all the different ranges of human experience. Okay. 18, this is choosing to follow the path of spirit or path of the ego. So it's a choice from lots of past life experiences to make an experience to follow this, make a decision to follow the spiritual signature, follow God. What's in karma goals is the fear of making the wrong decision. And so they tend to over-research what they do to try and make a right decision. So they tend to procrastinate a lot. Out of fear of making the wrong decision. 19s and talents is the ability to take spiritual energies and create a high frequency space on this earthly reality center. Okay, for others to come into to learn about and achieve their goals. If it's in karma goals that they're having to work really hard to try and do that. So the energy leaks, it's not strong enough, so they tend to become over-involved in physical vibrations and misusing the spiritual energy. Okay. The 20 here is great movement and talents. If it's in karma goals, there's a rigidity here in belief systems. Okay, and war and peace running. 21 is the divine mother energies, which is different to the divine feminine. This is the ability to endure and overcome big challenges and hardships, great strength. The strength a woman has to give birth, for example. If it's in karma goals, everything's done the hard way to learn strength. They can feel very blocked. This is the 22, charity. One you keep seeing, this is the blending of mind, body, and soul in the circle of God. and talents. It's someone who's very connected to source. If it's in karma or goals, it's one of the toughest patterns to have because it's a complete disconnection from source. Like as far as the ego is concerned, there is no God, not the feeling of being abandoned by God, which we all have just from coming into a body. These guys feel there's no God. Even though they consciously may be aware of it, they feel there is no God. So it's very painful. Okay. So you guys watching later, you should be able to figure out your chart from this. Okay, that helps. So the other way to do this, if you want to work this out without having to go through the book repeatedly, is that we developed a service called soul contract reports. There's people who read the book said, I worked out my name, I've been through the book, but I want to do 10 other people and I don't want to have to do it again. Can I press the button to do this? So we heard that, and we came up with a system which uses the interpretation of the book to produce automated reports, okay, based upon the book. It has a lot of explanation to help you work out your chart. So it turned out to be quite popular. So you can get off the system, you get the summary report, which is the highlight of the interpretations, a bit like what we've done here, about 4 pages. This is the price here. About £14 or about $18. Or if you really want everything, the full report, which has in-depth interpretations, which has 100 to 140 pages. It's about £70, about $93 in the exchange rate. So this is for people who want to know a lot in a hurry. Okay, so what happens is that the summary report is created by a practitioner who makes sure the information is correct, and you fill in all your information, and then basically they process it and you get it within 2 to 7 days. And if you have a full report, we can upgrade to a full report if you want, if you feel that's been good enough. And then there's a full report which gives you everything, plus a lot of explanation of how to use the report. A lot of material which is not in the book is in there, in terms of using how to understand the information. And then if you like that, you can also upgrade to a live reading. There's a bunch of questions, a lot of questions coming out of this. Enjoy that. So it's a very powerful way of finding out in depth what your life's doing. So these are what's in the report. Summary just has a welcome. The chart, as you've seen in the summary, is the full report, has all the interpretations, 2 levels of interpretations, top level and in depth, the specific recommendations on how to overcome them. Oh, these are the more in-depth ones, and ways of using the report here, and the next steps. And that's actually just how the system works. And you can get your report at yoursoulcontractreport.com if you're interested in that. Okay. For those of you who are interested in, if you're interested in learning this work, so it should actually be interested in learning how to do this. We run the training for this every. There's a training spring and autumn in the Western Hemisphere, which basically is where we immerse you in the work for first 3 days, and we use the examples of your life. We go through all 22 numbers, and everyone in the class contributes and shares their direct experience of those numbers. So you sit in the field of the numbers and you become the work, not just know the work from the book, you become it. And then we teach you, once you become the work by listening, absorbing the energy from everyone else, we then, because the book is a subset of the training, we then teach you how to hold space to channel intuitively the meaning of the numbers to a practice partner. You do 2 practices in the training, which is what we do on days 4 and 5. So you become the work, and then you learn how to put interpretations together. You learn how to hold space, you learn how to deliver, you learn how to awaken others with the work. So we run that spring and autumn. So you can find out more about the training at soulcontractreading.com here. It starts at 12:30 UK, 7:30 AM Eastern. 4:30 a.m. Pacific. This is the latest I can teach to. So if you're interested in that, you can find out more here. Okay. And if you guys are listening from the Asia Pacific, we have one here. Actually, I think the dates are 5 to the 5th to 7th, and 9th to the 10th of June. Okay. So in this case, we start at 6 a.m. UK, but in Asia, it's 1 o'clock in Malaysia, Hong Kong, 2 in Japan. East coast of Australia is 3 to 11 p.m. So it's the same sort of price, £718, about $835. It's about $900 I think now. It's softcountrylean.com. So this is where you really become the work, the embodiment of it. You become part of the lineage from Frank to me to you, or my other teachers to you, if you want to go that far. Okay. So any other questions, people? No? You're okay? All right. Well, thanks for sharing, you guys.
Thank you.
For bearing your souls, and I hope it's been helpful to everybody on how this works. So something to absorb, and we will get the video out to you probably early next week, so you can look at it again if you want. Okay. So
Thank you, David.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for engaging.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
Thanks,
meet
Cynthia.
you all.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.